This video, we're going to take a look at Oregon and the red zone goal line schemes that I thought were a little bit different from this past year. Ran some really good stuff, obviously. Scored a lot of points, and we'll dive right in. For the first play right here, you got a bunch with a tight end. They're just running duo here. Tons of teams run it, but this is a really good look to see it. You got a forefront here. So as you're looking at it, you guys slanting this direction. Do a really good job just trusting your track. Everybody's stepping this way, going inside zone. He's got the inside gap. He's got his inside gap. He's going to fold in if he can up to that linebacker. And on this one, just the movement, pretty good job here by the tight end. This tackle's washing on this D end that's slanting all the way across. Works up to this linebacker who's blitzing his gap. Leave the widest guy. And the running back's able to get straight downhill. Great patience right there going vertical. If they would have stayed straight and not slanted to the bunch, he's probably going to go here and then slide out to all those big bodies that are to the front side here. So stay straight downhill, gets to run through this backside C gap is what this ends up being, because he ends up running right beside that tackle and inside that tight end. Great job playing momentum downhill in the red zone goal line, getting to the end zone. Another look here against the forefront from Utah. And again, running duo. Basically, your inside zone rules to the right. You're going to base. They're going to double there up. He's inside gap. Same thing here with the fullback inside gap. He's blocking probably there. He's going to work up to whatever shows up into that alley. Instead of really slanting hard right here, he just goes straight vertical. This one again, running back, same side run, get straight downhill. Here's your cut to the front side over there to that bunch. Now again, they got a body for a body. Everybody's taken care of on this. Look, you do get a little bit of penetration. You probably wouldn't want to have just all that penetration on that defensive end, but right there he makes a cut off of it. Only guy left, corner, and his guy has to slide in and make a tackle. Safety's deep. He's converging right here. So again, duo out of that bunch. A play that a ton of teams are running that have been really successful, and Oregon is no exception to that rule. They run it quite a bit. This is a really interesting play action here. We had it in another video as well, but on this one, we already saw early in the video that they like to run this duo straight downhill, trying to bend over there to the bunch. And right here in this bunch, you got this guy who typically slides up to the safety. He goes to the corner. He's blocking, then he goes to the flats. Really hard play fake, and then the quarterback's going to roll that direction. O-line, they know their gap to their left. Can't be too aggressive there. You even got a crosser here. So you got a smash, which would be your first read. And you got a crosser there working across it as well. So now Bo Nix is getting out of the pocket. You look 1, 2, 3. Great read here by the receiver working the back of the end zone. He sees guys just running to the flats. Let's go ahead and settle down. No rush and run the coverage. They can't see me. Find open space. Wide open in the back of the end zone here on this play action for a touchdown. Here's another play that a lot of teams have been running. First time I saw it was Norvell when he was at Memphis. And basically all these guys are down blocking. Get a heavy guy over here, he down blocks. It's basically a counter, just you in your front side, pull to kick right here. And this fullback gets in behind and leads as well. Straight downhill with that. But the biggest thing is you got to create this wall. Not give up a ton of penetration, which is what they do right here with the front side guard and tackle. And this fullback does a great job slowing down. Let this guy get into that gap and then be strong right there. There's your kick for the corner that walked down. And then great job here by the fullback, being patient, getting vertical right there. And the running back, just watching how slow he has to hit this and how he has to have a lot of patience. Gets him behind this fullback, lets him sort it out. You see him, he's got his hand on his back right here. Then he gets vertical into a pretty tight alley. But right there, just so many gaps with those pullers. And that happens a lot faster than if you would have been pulling the backside guard on counter. So you're basically just running counter, picking what side you want. Getting an extra gap over there. Watching everybody down. Kick. Lead. Find a way to get what you need right there is what they do. They get about 4 or 5 yards to get in the end zone. Here's another good look at this power where they're getting basically 3 pullers here. So I'll just power here to everybody pretty much. He's got to get inside gap, blocking back, down, down, down. He's going to kick. Guard's going to pull for the front side, and this fullback is going to pull to clean up whatever takes place. The quarterback's going to turn downhill. His hand, not even booting away or anything. You know this guy's going to be the unblocked guy. You got to take care of all these inside gaps. Don't let these guys get anybody in the B or C gap right here. Run through, make it be a D gap guy that if he has to run down and squeeze. Great kick here by the fullback. You want to put the front side shoulder on so you can kick him out. Guard, just find off-colored jersey and let's be physical. It's not the most aggressive thing you've ever seen. He should be just blowing right through that dude, trying to create some space. But you have another puller right here that's tight end. He sees off-color, smokes it, running back gets to the end zone right here. Again, power, getting 3 bodies there to the front side to clean everything up. Would really like to see that guard be a lot more physical and a lot more aggressive. I thought this was a really interesting look here. You got this receiver fullback in motion, and he's blocking the edge. Everybody else is just running inside zone, working their double teams up, base and leaving that cat. And on this one, whenever you're looking at it, if you're reading this defensive end, like I think they probably are, you might be reading for a squeeze and seeing if he can cut him out, or if he's squeezing and has to wash this thing as far as possible. And Bo Nix, he sees he's washing that thing as far as possible. He knows he has the extra blocker out there to take whoever would be the squeeze and scrape guy, which ends up being this linebacker safety, whoever this guy is, takes him on. Now this guy that was manned up is running over the top. He's the only guy left. And see how tight this box has gotten and how quickly they're getting in there and how hard they're squeezing. So right there, Bo Nix pulls it. Only guy left. Tons of space. So it literally has the entire field here to find a way to get into the end zone. Good read. Great job getting vertical by the quarterback getting into the end zone. Here's a play should definitely be a penalty for Oregon. You got too many guys in motion here as you're looking at it. Tight end's getting down. You're motioning the fullback. Should be some sort of a penalty here either way. But getting under center, faking stretch or outside zone here, getting a boot, come back. This fullback here, after he motions across, he ends up going this way trying to get some flats. You got your tight end working across there as well. This is a really good fake. And Cal's defense is absolutely locked into the run here. You've got your one-on-one to the outside, but then this tight end is wide open. Fullback does get caught up in all this trash. With that outside zone or wide zone, he should be trying to work possibly over the top, give the quarterback an option right there to the flats. Option would be 1, and you'd have hopefully that flat route, 2, then 3 on the crosser right here. Nix finds number 3, easy throw and catch wide open on that play action on the goal line. Obviously, look here, man-to-man versus Texas Tech. Everybody's down looking. Safety is rolling down over top. Motion the back. He goes Will. That's his first look. See if they vacate right through that linebacker. See, they have tons of dudes running to it. So if you're looking for the Will, could give it to him right now, but it's also 3rd and goal, so this thing worked just a little bit. You get a mesh here. He does a pretty good job as you're watching him. Sticks that thing, he gets 3 steps, and then he's working across as fast as he can. He's coming right there, making him go over the top. Got to sit. Probably some sort of a post or something working in the back of the end zone. So there's 1. Then you got 2 working across. 3 would have been the sit. Man-to-man, and really good job creating a space. Catches it at the line of scrimmage, so really not working upfield very much. Got to put an accurate ball against man-to-man. See if we can get to the end zone here. This is, again, on a 3rd and goal. Outruns his defender. Finds a way to get in. Really good play. Pretty good confidence right there. Throwing it underneath. Knowing that you guys are going to have a chance to get to the end zone. That's what they do right here on that mesh on the 2nd read. Pretty good design right here by Oregon. They get into quads, and they're probably going pretty fast. There's 21 left on the play clock here. And you can either rip this screen down here, or you can work this slant up here. And I'm sure quarterback run here just based off the quarterback's footwork. So right here, if Colorado ends up getting 5. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders out here on these 4. 5 in the box, so that's 10. You're one-on-one here with literally half the field to work. All it does is come off the ball slow and then works. For whatever reason, this DB gives ground and opens sips to the outside. Don't want to give up that fade. Easy throw and catch on the slant. Basically no competition here by the DB trying to knock it down. It's easy throw and catch, blocks him out with his body. This is on a 2-point conversion here. An interesting look getting into those quad sets. Could run the ball up the middle. Could flip it out there to the quads. Obviously had the option to throw the slant to the backside like they do right here. Thought this was a really good play, really good design. They're getting a bit of a rub here. Buzzes his feet and then he's going to the fade on the outside. And right here as you're looking at it, they don't really get any contact, but right there he's going at his back hip, making him go underneath. And when he goes underneath, he knows that he can take advantage of it, throw it over the top. Throws it outside the numbers, lets this guy adjust to it. If you could get a one-on-one with one of your better players and a linebacker or safety in man-to-man, maybe even a nickel corner, that's what you want right here. So it just buzzes for a second, getting a little bit of a rub. Quarterback lays it out there. Give your guy a chance in his one-on-one with nobody in this entire third of the field to try to stop him. Great catch and really good throw as well. Great way to get a one-on-one with your slot receiver. This play right here that they had, basically through film study, you got this guy who's out wide, basically making it 2-on-1. This guy's just playing pretty soft here, and the quarterback's eyes go away. This defender slides into the box, and right here as you're looking at it, it's not a read by Bo Nix. He catches it, his eyes are away, a little bit of a fake, thinking he's going to slide in, and he rips it out here to the quick screen in that stack formation. Tight end fullbacks out there, just locks him up. Easy walk-in touchdown. So right there, probably saw on film that this guy right here in this 3 front would slide in pretty hard, especially with the front side run or run coming at him with inside zone, trying to set that edge. So they wanted to fake downhill with their eyes away and then rip it out there on that quick screen, taking advantage of what they saw on film. Easy throw and catch, easy touchdown there for Oregon. Pretty similar concept here as what we saw earlier. You got your option around slot fade to the number 2 receiver, and it's a one high look. If you're looking at it, it's 4-2 box. They're trying to cover everybody down, one high. Quarterback just settles. You got a bit of a slant wheel here as well, but quarterback likes his one high look. Steps back, settles. Good 2 ball right there to the back corner again. Probably not the best defender right there if you're playing number 2 man-to-man in the slot. So right there up and over. Let your guy adjust to it. You got the entire field one-on-one. Again, great throw and catch. And right here you can see what he's doing. He comes off the ball vertical. He knows that he's one-on-one here, even though he's playing off. You want him to freeze. Then I'm fading to the sideline right here. Again, this guy's probably not the #1 defender of these fades. Get your matchup right there. Make a play. Pretty tight coverage, though. Trying to stick his hands, split the hands. Very good job here by the receiver being strong through a little bit of contact. Finishing with a pretty good throw and catch on a slot fade. Red zone goal line, one high look. Give your guy a chance. You have the backups in the game here against Cal, and they're running basically a smash route right here. So 3x1 to the right. You got a square in right here, first in. You got a corner there by number 3. And Reed really should be first in, second in. If everybody's staying tight with this man-to-man, throw this corner to the back pylon. This is a long throw, a little bit late on it. Makes it play, barely gets his foot down. This is a really good catch. Right here you can see, seeing man-to-man, pretty tight coverage, first and second in, throw that corner. Probably want to stride through it, and you see quarterback, he's throwing this off his back foot. That's why it's so late. If he strides up and puts a little bit more pace on this ball away from the defender, right there, can't put as much on it, floats on him a little bit. Wide receiver bails him out, though. You can see good goal line route, especially against man-to-man. Could be against zone. Either way, progression would be the first in from the #2 receiver, the second in, which would be from the #1 receiver, and then the corner by number 3. Obviously, you could tag a corner post if that safety's getting a little bit aggressive, getting over the top of that corner. So, really versatile concept. A lot of teams have ran it and had a lot of success. This is another really good red zone goal line look. And what ends up happening on this is it looks a lot like they do it on their slot fades. You got a hitch, you got this option route. He just runs an out on this one. Instead of running this fade, he runs a basic here right to the middle of the field. Motions out, so they're trying to take defenders here. You got 5 guys blocking. Looks like they might be bringing 6, which they drop one guy out. Pretty good job here up front, sorting everything out. But again, making it look like this slot fade. But instead of fading it, once he gets his hips open, he works back to the middle of the field playing fast. Working that middle window. Obviously, you probably don't want this slant to get in there. Great job sitting and working back out. Don't get in that middle window and cover everybody up. So Bo Nix right here, all he sees is this guy staying flat. He's working out. There's no safety in the middle of the field. Once he puts his foot in the ground instead of running the fade, he's got outside leverage because he was thinking of slot fade. Rip it right through the middle of the field. Hits him right in the chest. Really good throw and catch. So after you throw that slot fade in the red zone goal line area, now he might stick like he's going to the fade, then coming back to the middle of the field on that basic. A lot of space there in the middle of the field, especially the tighter you get to the red zone goal line. A lot of times they'll leave the back of the end zone. Right there, obviously not the back of the end zone, but you can see the concept there. Working that second level dig after you work out with the number 3 receiver. Here's a look in the red zone goal line that Oregon ran against Utah, which was really effective. It's just verticals, and they run an angle route here, a Texas route by the running back. And what Utah ends up doing is they end up bringing 5, kind of intricate blitz here, dropping the outside linebacker in their 3 front to the back. And instead of going to the flats like he thought he probably was, he ends up putting his foot in the ground, going to the middle of the field, and everybody's vacated this area. Even if this linebacker would have dropped, you have a good chance to get a completion right here. So he works out. He sees his foot in the ground, comes back in. Everybody else is just running verticals here. Great job by Bo Nix. Realizing the middle of the field is wide open. Easy throw and catch. He's getting vertical here. The red zone goal line for a touchdown. Anybody that's blitzing that interior of the box could have a good chance for a big play here. This is another look here against Utah, and pretty similar look. Again, you're dropping this guy to the flats. Just now they're twisting up front with that 3 front instead of blitzing. You're getting 5 into the rush. So now you got a couple backers here into the box. Again, he works out. He works back in. These guys are running verticals. He sees everybody's getting a lot of depth here. Checks it down on that angle route. Now he's one-on-one with his back. This is on a 1st and 10. So right here, anytime you got a 1st and 10, you get to your back with an easy completion, you get 5 yards. Still probably feel pretty good about it right there in the red zone goal line. So right there, just if you find those linebackers, they're just spot dropping hard. Nobody's really picking up the back. Or if they do, it'd be outside in after a blitz. A little bit of angle route, could take advantage of it. Oregon does right here with an easy completion. They had a touchdown earlier in the game on it. These are just a few of the concepts that we thought were really good. The red zone goal line for Oregon. And obviously had a great season scoring points. All these schemes right here were just a small part of what they did with their red zone goal line. Obviously, when you get that low, you've got to be able to run the football. That's what Oregon was able to do. But I really appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys again in the next video.